Okay, now this is getting out of hand. The Toronto Maple Leafs and Ottawa Senators faced off last night in the Battle of Ontario at Scotiabank Arena, and the Leafs ended up losing at home 6-3 to the Senators. After the game, Coach Sheldon Keefe was confronted about the Leafs' defensive play, and he said his concern for the team was very high. His quote was, "We sit in here and we celebrate guys who score big numbers and score a ton. We don't talk about what we give up. That's the reality. We have to prioritize keeping the puck out of our own net." With the game tied 3-3 in the third period, the Leafs gave up 3 goals in a span of less than 4 minutes, with Dominic Kubalik, Timmy Stützle, and Claude Giroux all beating goalie Joseph Woll to secure Ottawa's second win in 7 games. The Leafs have played 7 home games and have at least allowed 4 goals in every one. Now, when it comes to the Maple Leafs roster, I think a lot of people had them in Stanley Cup contention this year because their top 6 is just so talented. With Austin Matthews, Tyler Bertuzzi, Max Domi, William Nylander, Mitch Marner, and John Tavares, it felt like the Leafs would have enough offensive power every single night to make up for their lack of defense and goaltending. But when you look at this roster, their defense is not just average, it's below average. And when it comes to their goaltending, they haven't exactly been getting some solid play between the pipes. Samsonov has had a very poor start to his year, and Joseph Woll just can't seem to get behind that defense when they're playing so poorly like this. Now, the Ottawa Senators are a rival to the Leafs, but they're not exactly playing fantastic to start the year. And the Senators do have a good team, but with all of the stuff that's been happening to them, this should have been an easy win for the Leafs at home. Now, it's not to say that the Leafs aren't a good team still, but with the way that they have their roster constructed, this is not a Stanley Cup winning team. When you look back at all of the teams that have recently won, every one of those teams has had a great defense and the offense came second. But when it comes to the Leafs, it seems like they tried to do the complete opposite and load up front, and then behind they have nothing to really talk about. I mean, the Leafs have been one of the worst teams defensively all year, and this isn't going to change. And a big problem for this team is that they acquired new players like Tyler Bertuzzi, Max Domi, and Ryan Reeves, who have all been pretty much no-shows for this team. I mean, none of them have really stood out, and they're all playing less than what their potential really is. So the Leafs are kind of stuck here saying we have all of this new offense but no defense to back it. So how far can this team go if they're playing 500 hockey, and when it gets to the playoffs, they can't stop a puck from going in their own net? Now, a big thing that I think the Leafs need to do to fix this roster is to get rid of some of their offensive firepower and send that to their defense. Now, maybe a team like Boston is willing to part ways with one of their defenders to pick up Bertuzzi again for the postseason, but if you're the Leafs, you have to do something because this defense core and goaltending is not going to hold up for the rest of the season and the postseason. But I want to know what you guys think. Is this a concerning thing for the Leafs that they're getting blown out of their own building by the Senators 6-3, and that their defense looks so bad that their coach is calling them out? Let me know what you guys think about this and what you think the Leafs should do to fix the problem. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.